talk about The Old Man and the Sea. It's about an old fisherman named Santiago who tries to catch a big fish, which is a marlin, because he cannot caught anything for a long time. He fights the fish for a days and finally catches it. But on his way home, the shark eats the fish, which is a marlin, and only leaving the bones. Okay. In the novel, the main character Santiago, who is the old fisherman, and Manolin, the boy who is helps Santiago. The lastly is the marlin, which is a big fish. Okay, the character in the novel feel real because they are real people with real feelings and problem. Okay. Santiago goes out to sea to fight the big fish for a days and then fight off the shark. Manolin helps Santiago on land and worries about Santiago. Santiago has a big problem, which is it's very hard to Santiago to catch the fish, and then the shark attack Santiago and eat the marlin. My favorite character in the novel is Santiago because he is a strong man and doesn't give up in anything. For example, to catch a big fish. I can relate to the character because I know what it feels like to work hard for something important. I also feel determined and hopeful even when the thing difficult. I like the novel because it teaches us to be strong and never give up. For example, Santiago never gave up to catch a big fish even though the shark attacked Santiago. My favorite part is in the novel is when Santiago fight the big fish because he is so brave. My least part in this novel when the shark eat the fish, which is marlin, because it's sad to see Santiago lost his cat. If I could change something in the story of the novel, I would let Santiago bring home some of the fish to show his success. I would recommend this book to other people because it shows how important it is to be strong and to be never give up for whatever you do. I think people who like adventure, hard work and nature would really enjoy this novel. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nonisha and today I'm going to be presenting my response to the book The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. So, this story is about an old fisherman named Santiago who has gone 84 days without catching a fish. He is very determined to break his unlucky streak. But one day, he hooks a giant marlin and after a long painful struggle lasting several days, he finally catches it. But on his way back, several sharks attack and ate the fish. In the end, he returns home with only one skeleton but with also dignity, strength, determination that no one can take away. So, the main characters are Santiago the old man, Marlin the fish, Manolin, the young boy who cares deeply for Santiago. So, I actually found the characters very believable. Like Santiago is incredibly determined and brave, while Manolin is loyal and kind. They felt like real people, which made the story even more powerful. What the characters did in the story is Santiago is the one who fights so hard to catch the giant marlin. He's alone in the sea, struggling not just with the fish but with his own physical pain and loneliness. So the challenges that Santiago faced was he endured pain, hunger, exhaustion, and in the end, heartbreak of seeing the sharks destroying the marlin he worked so hard for. So my favorite character is Santiago. Santiago is my favorite because of his bravery. He never gave up, and even when everything seemed against him. That kind of strength is really inspiring to me. So in my personal experience, I actually connected with Santiago's journey. I've had moments in my own life where I didn't give up, even when things were really very difficult for me. For example, during a dance competition, I had many challenges, but I pushed through, got up on stage, gave my best. That reminded me of Santiago's determination. So I've also experienced stress, pain when doing something that I really love. But just like Santiago with fishing, that connection made me really feel so real to me. So I had the bravery to do that too. And in my opinion, I liked the book because it was very interesting to read, and I felt like the main character had the courage to do what other people would never do. That was the thing that's very interesting to read in this book. And to be honest, my favorite part of the book was when Santiago communicated with the marlin. And it showed deep respect, and it was really emotional to see how he honored the fish, but he was trying to catch. My least favorite part of the movie was obviously the sharks that ate the marlin. It was so sad and frustrating, and also stress, especially after all the Santiago's effort. It felt very unfair for me that he didn't even get the fish. So what I would change in this story is, I changed the ending. I wish the sharks haven't eat the fish, so that Santiago could bring the whole marlin back and show everyone what he accomplished. And what I would recommend for this book is, I would recommend this book because it teaches us about never giving up no matter how tough life gets. It's not just about fishing, but it's about struggle, courage, and the strength to keep going. And who would enjoy this book? Everyone who loves nature and adventure stories. It's a short read, but it's definitely a strong impact. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Izzah Nadzirah binti s.archine. My metric number is BP24110253. Today, I will be sharing my book response for The Old Man and the Sea, written by Ernest Hemingway. This story might look simple at first glance. It's about an old fisherman and his struggle to catch a fish, but the meaning behind it is really deep and powerful. As I read it, I began to realize that this story is not just about fishing. It's about life, determination, friendship, and how much we all need someone to believe in us. So, what is the story about? It follows an old fisherman named Santiago who has gone 84 days without catching a single fish. People in his village think he's unlucky. Even the young boy Manolin, who used to fish with him, is told by his parents to stop fishing with Santiago. But Santiago doesn't give up. On the 85th day, he goes far out into the sea and finally hooks a huge marlin fish he's ever seen. He finally managed to catch the marlin and ties it to the side of his boat. Sadly, on his way home, sharks attack and eat the fish until there's nothing left but bones. Even though Santiago returns with nothing to show, the story ends with a feeling of respect. He didn't give up. The two main characters in this story are Santiago and Manolin. Santiago is an old man, weathered and often lonely, but also very wise, strong in spirit, and full of pride. He doesn't complain much, even when he's in pain. He just keeps going. Then there's a Manolin, a young boy who used to fish with Santiago. Even though Manolin's parents don't let him go out with the old man anymore, he still visits him, helps his gear, and always treats him with kindness and respect. For me, the characters feel very real, especially Manolin. I feel believable that someone young like him can care so deeply for someone older. Sometimes, people underestimate how much the younger generation can feel, support, and stand by those they care about. My favorite character is definitely Manolin. He represents loyalty, love, and friendship, even when the rest of the village give up on Santiago and call him Salau, or the unluckiest man alive. Manolin stays by his side. He doesn't care what others say. He believes in Santiago. And I personally relate to Manolin. I also care deeply for the elders in my life, especially when I know their struggle. There have been times where someone older in my family was going through a hard time, and even if I couldn't fix their problem, I stayed close, just like Manolin did. I felt worried for them, but I also wanted to give them strength and hope. I really enjoy reading The Old Man and the Sea. One reason is that it shows the beautiful bond between the generations. Santiago and Manolin may be far apart in age, but they are emotionally very close. They respect each other and learn from one another. That's something I think we all need more of in real life. My favorite part of the story is when Manolin promised that he will fish with Santiago again. Even after everything Santiago went through, Manolin still believed in him. That simple promise means everything. Now, if I had to pick at least favorite part, it will be the moment when Manolin is not allowed to go fish with Santiago. I understand why his parents made that decision, but emotionally it felt wrong. Santiago needed that support, especially during his unlucky streak. It broke my heart a little to see him go out alone while Manolin stayed home. If I could change something in the story, I would definitely let Manolin go fishing with Santiago again. Maybe together they could have fought off the sharks, or maybe just having Manolin by his side would have made the experience less painful. I also wish the marlin could have made it back safely, so Santiago could finally feel the full reward of his long, hard battle. Well, I would definitely recommend this book to others. It's short, but it's very meaningful. There are so many life lessons hidden in this story, about never giving up, about the quiet strength of older people, and about how much loyalty can mean in someone's darkest moment. I think people who enjoy this book are those who value friendship, who respect wisdom of the older generations, and who believe in standing by the people they care about, especially when no one else does. So, that's my book response for The Old Man and the Sea. It's a story about strength, pain, and pride, but also about love, hope, and deep human connection. It reminded me that success doesn't always mean winning. Sometimes, success is just about showing up, trying your best, and never give up, especially when it will be easier to quit. I hope you get a chance to read this book too.
Hello and good morning everyone. My name is Jomuri. Today I'm going to present my response book project. The book that I have chosen is The Old Man and the Sea, written by Ernest Hemingway. Now, let's talk about The Old Man and the Sea story. The story is about the old man, Cuban fisherman named Santiago, who had gone 84 days without catching a fish. To prove himself, Santiago far out into a Gulf Stream alone with his small skiff. After a grueling battle, Santiago finally hooked a massive marlin, a giant fish that is bigger and strong than she ever caught. After a 3-day battle, Santiago managed to harpoon the marlin and secure it to his skiff. There are 4 main characters in this story. The first one is Santiago, an aged Cuban fisherman, the protagonist of the story. Secondly is Manolin, a young boy used to fish with Santiago. And thirdly, the marlin, a massive fish that Santiago battled for a day. Lastly, the shark, the antagonist of the story. The most credible character in this story is Santiago. Santiago experienced a very real and a relatable emotion, which is pride and humanity. She wants to prove himself but also respect nature, and she's a quantity, which is the marlin. Now, let's talk about what the main character do in this story. Determined to prove himself and break his unlucky streak, on the 85 days, Santiago far out into the Gulf Stream alone with his small skiff. After grueling a battle, Santiago finally hooked a massive marlin, a giant fish that is bigger and strong than she ever caught. The old man struggled with the marlin become a metaphor for internal struggle between a man and nature. After a 3-day battle, Santiago managed to harpoon the marlin and secure it into his skiff. On the way back to village, the marlin blood attracted a shark, which attacked the fish. Santiago tried to fight them off to protecting what is remained his hard-earned catch. Did the main character run into any problem? Yes, Santiago have a bad luck in fishing. She hasn't caught a fish for 84 days, and people see him as the unluckiest. Now, let's talk about my favorite character. My favorite character is Santiago. Even though she was old and unlucky, I admire his courage when she fight with the big marlin for a day. The situation teach us to stay strong even when the life is hard. Now, let's move on to my personal experience. Yes, I do relate in this story, which is Santiago character, when she struggled with his condition and unluckiness. It reminds me as a student had to be strong and not give up even when the thing was difficult. Yes, I feel some of things that Santiago did. When she go catching the marlin alone with his small skill, like Santiago, she determined and strange remind me of a time when I have to be brave and strong to reach my goal. We move on to my opinion. I love this book because of Santiago's story and the storyline of this book. My favorite part in the story is when Santiago finally catch the big fish. It shows his patience, skill, and determination. If I could change something, I will change the ending of the story. I wish Santiago could have bought the marlin back safely without it being eaten by a shark. Yes, I would like to recommend this book to another person because this book teaches a powerful lesson about the bad luck, persistence, and how luck can change when you don't give up. The type person who would read this book is adult and teenager. At this age will be more relatable to the story and understand the deeper meaning, what the writer want to express through the story.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hey everyone, my name is Izzah binti Hamdan and my matrix number is BB24110257. Today I will share my book review about The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. This story is about an old fisherman named Santiago. He has not caught any fish for many days and people think he is unlucky. But one day he catch a big marlin and fight it with 3 days 2 nights. After he win, he tied the fish to his boat. On the way home, sharks smelled the blood and attacked the fish. When Santiago reached home, the only one left is skeleton. Even though he lost the marlin, people respect him because he caught such a big fish. The main character in this story is Santiago, the old fisherman. Were the character credible? Yes, in my opinion, Santiago is a believable character. He is calm and strong, and he keeps trying even when things are hard. Santiago goes out to the sea to catch a fish. He fights with the big marlin and he fights with the shark. He does everything by himself. Yes, Santiago faced many challenges. Fighting the marlin was very hard, and after that he had to fight with the shark. It was tough and exciting adventures. Favorite character is Santiago. He is calm, strong, and keep going even when others think he will fail. Yes, I can relate to him. He works hard in silence and never complains. I feel the same when I had to finish my part-time job, even when I was tired. Like Santiago, I stayed focused and didn't give up. Yes, I like the book because it feels real. It shows that in life we don't always get the reward we hope for, even when we try our best. But the effort and the journey will still matter. Favorite part is when Santiago finally catch the marlin, even though he lost his letters. That moment shows how brave and strong he is. I didn't like the part when the shark ate the marlin. It felt very sad because Santiago worked so hard and it was all taken away. If I could change something, I would change the ending. I want Santiago to bring the marlin home safely, so he feels proud and happy. Yes, I will recommend this book It has a strong story, deep message, and brave character. It also teaches us about never giving up, even when things are tough. This book is great for people who enjoy real life story because it shows that life is not always perfect, but there's always something to learn. That's all for me. Thank you for listening to my book review. Good day and have a nice day.